Thredbo River runs within the Kosciuszko National Park, home to Australia's highest mountain, Mount Kosciuszko. The river is 40 kilometres long and passes through Thredbo village. The headwaters start up at Dead Horse Gap and lead down to the Jindabyne Dam. The river descends 649 metres and is affected by alpine conditions. There are many accessible areas for fishing. The Jindabyne Dam receives flows from the Thredbo, Snowy and Jindabyne rivers. The town of Jindabyne nestles into the banks and hills of its surroundings. The dam covers 3,000 hectares and at a maximum depth of 40 metres there's plenty of fishing to be had. The dam was finished in 1967 as part of the Snowy hydroelectric scheme. There are many places to fish in the Jindabyne Dam. There's kilometres of shoreline fishing and spinning, or you can maybe head out to the rocks or islands around the dam. Try your luck trawling or just bait fishing. Options are endless. As we move from the dam up the Thredbo River, we start to see a lot of different fishing options. Let's see how we go. We're at the Thredbo River. We're just coming past the Hatchery here, which stocks the Thredbo River and surrounding rivers. Rainbow trout mainly they have here. So we've got to walk through this section and we've got about a, 700-800 metre run up the Thredbo that's non-fishable. It's an exclusion zone for the hatchery. So beautiful little spot this. Early morning, I think it's about 6-7 degrees, Brad.
About that, Steve.
Yeah. Brad's on the photography duties today, looking for some great shots. Yeah, every time we go past the water down here, we see a lot of big fish sitting in the water. So we're walking down there now, and we'll see if we can see some for you.
Which you're not allowed to fish for
Yeah.
quite a way.
The temptation is very great walking past one of these ponds to have a flick. Beautiful trees there, line of trees. You can start to hear the water. Yeah, you gotta love that high, crisp mountain air, don't you? We're not that high, but for Australia, we're probably about 1,200, 1,300 metres above sea level. These are all the little fingerling ponds through here, where we walked past the ponds before of the bigger fish. And here we go, here comes the first pool. We'll just see if we can see. I'll put my polarised sunnies on just so we can see, hopefully with the camera. There's not much sun, so there shouldn't be much glare. See if we can see anything in this first pond. Hundreds of them. Surely they'd love a lure. Hey? Wouldn't you love to throw the lure in there? But there's cameras and everything around here, so you can't do anything. Even just standing here with a rod in the hand doesn't look good. The size of them, they're the biggest trout I've seen. For those at home don't think there's big trout in the Thredbo, these aren't in part of the hatchery, they're just in waters that are protected along beside the hatchery. But they've got to migrate up, they'll turn into river fish when they want to go. It's come from the dam, which is about 2k down to about here, and I reckon they know they've got safe waters. All big rainbows. Here he is again, see him? See him? Just there, just there, just there. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yep, just play him out, mate. Be patient. Yep. Patience. Yeah, no, you're pretty clean. Steve's onto a nice fish here. He's just up. Oh, he's pulled. Seriously? That was heavy. Oh, he's a tricker. Nah. Seriously, pull the hooks. That was a big fish. Went deep.
Bradley, he's got a bit of weight.
Yep. Video.
Come down here. Oh, he's got some weight.
Yep. Play him out, mate.
Oh,
be patient.
it's me drag.
Yep. Patient.
I got no sticks there too.
Yeah, no, you're pretty clean. Steve's on a nice fish here. He just was
Pulled it.
Seriously? That was
Nah, back on.
Oh, he's tripping.
Nah.
Nah. Seriously?
Just thought I got down to this pool and been flicking along and I've been throwing out a smelter meat potatoes brown trout lure, and I had two follows come up just underneath this rock here, and it was a rainbow. It would have been about that long. I reckon it was 10 plus pounds, probably about that deep through the middle. He come once, he had two slashes at it, went down, threw it back up again, he come at it again, just followed it all the way to my feet and went off again. So I thought I've got to go a bit deeper, try a bit deeper. So Brad said put on the Spotted Dog CD5 parlour, that one there, and to get a bit deeper. So I just went for a back cast just to make sure it's swimming good, and boom, I got something on there, got him within 5 metres and he just took off, and he spat the hook. So then I had a cast upstream and lost it on a tree, so I've re-rigged, about to throw back down again just to test it, see if I get that test run to do the same. Here we are walking down, just walking down from the ski tube underneath this train bridge which goes up to the skiing during winter. It's not used here. Nice little walking track here. This track's about 35 kilometres long. It's a walking track and biking track. So it goes along the whole river now, which is really, one way is good for access, but not very good for the access for a lot of fishermen. So you tend to have every man his dog coming through these waters now. And there's a big resort just up to the right here. It has like 200 occupancy that promotes fishing in this area, and good on them. But this river has become a lot more accessible to a lot more people, and sometimes you can't get it to yourself. And I suppose over the last 8 or so years you've sort of seen a little bit of decline in numbers of fish, because everyone's after them. But it's a beautiful river, beautiful spot. It's a little bit low at the moment, a little bit of low flow. There's green moss or algae starting to grow that needs a good flush to clean it up. Normally it's crystal clean, but a beautiful part of the world. Beautiful day, cracker day, not a cloud in the sky. We're sitting at about 12 degrees Celsius. There's a little old heritage hut here, a couple of them. Would have been a prime little spot in its day. Set up camp. Imagine living there and looking out at this. Oh, we'd all love to have that as a hut. Pearlsies here. Big cormorant right in the middle there. They're terrible for the trout industry. They eat all the small trout. They need to be eradicated. When they're in numbers, they just devastate a river. He's just sitting there in the rock in the middle. Not a good sign to see them here. Thursday morning through the week, and I'm just about to head down to the gorge. It's a fairly gorgy, bouldery area. You'll see some shots of it today. Heading down, there's a lot of big boulders with small runs, with tucked in between the boulders pools, real deep pools. Can hold a lot of big fish, but they're very wary. They're big for a reason, because they can hear you walking on the boulders. They can hear every little, they only have a little window to the world that they look through out their little hole, and they can see when things are changing above, so you've got to be very careful, very stealthy. It's a bit overcast today, slight drizzle, which is good. Creates a little bit of cover over the water. There's no wind. It's about 9-10 degrees temperature. They had 5-6 mil of rain about 3-4 kilometres up the river, so expecting a little bit of extra flow in the river today. which is also good. It makes it a little bit murky and cloudy so that the fish aren't scared as much because they can't see as well. So expecting a good day, even though it's a bit cloudy. The barometer's on the way up, so through the next 3 hours it's supposed to be clearing and getting better. The fish always seem to respond when the barometer's on the way up. So today I'm going to try to use duller lures. Dull days, dull lures. Bright days, bright lures. I seem to go by that motto. Whether it's right or wrong, seems to work. Had a great day down at Tom Grogan yesterday. Caught heaps of fish, all around that 35, 40, sort of 2 centimetre mark. Good fighters. The rainbows fought like anything, and the browns were just clean colours and clean fish. So today I'm on the hunt for a section of river that's not normally fished because it's too hard to get to. Most normal fishermen wouldn't fish it. It's a bit of an effort on the legs, but we're going to have a crack, and I'm hoping that I can find that big fish somewhere in these pools and get onto the bike track, that mountain bike down here. Very popular. Just got to watch them coming on when you're on the bike track. Has been quite a few accidents. But it's also a pedestrian walking track, so everyone needs to be careful. Alrighty, I'll sign off and we'll see how we go on the river. Hopefully I'm showing you some big fish. I'll just come up around here and see where I'll be starting. Just down the bottom down there in the corner pool. Alrighty, take care. Little brown here. In there. I'm just sitting in the pool. Get him before he gets stuck around the stick. There we go. Look at that. Nice little brown in the net. There's a little fella. I'll let him go. Rod hit me in the head. There we go. There's the first one. He's only about 30 centimetres.
Price, you got a copy there, Steve?
Yeah, mate, got ya.
Oh, you got brown on in that first pool at Nagara on the shelter. He come out after it and sort of was looking at it, and I slowed it down, and when again he got it. I've still got him on, I just got to land him. Looks like he's about 40. He's come out of the water a couple of times. I'm just letting him tire out at the moment.
Nice. I'm on to my third one. It's firing.
Beautiful.
How nice is this? Top of the gorge. Come round here. Looking back down. Whipbirds in the background. Magic. And this, hey? Fishing the gorge. A little bit of rain, beautiful water level. Temperature's beautiful. Nice pools. Seen a few fish at the start. She's gone a little bit quiet now. The sun's just starting to try to poke its head out, so hopefully barometer is up. Beautiful. Rocks are really slippery today, but yeah, looking forward to a good day. A bit further up the gorge, it's been a bit of a push up these slippery rocks. Fishing's been a little bit quiet. Thought I could get a few more by now. Had some beautiful pools. Rain stopped. Sun's trying to come out. But just listen to those sounds. I love the sound of the river. Alrighty, while I'm fishing up here in the gorge, you can see how bouldery it is. I thought I'd just do a little bit of what I'm using up here. Trying something a little bit new in the gorge, and I'll tell you the reasons why. I've got a Loomis escape rod, 3-piece rod that's a travel rod. Struggling to get the footing here, but there's one of the things. It's a Loomis ETR 763, 3-piece escape, medium to fast, 2 to 6 pounds. I'm trying a little bit different. That's a Luvius dial, a Luvius 1000, very smooth, very compact, short spool, so it only takes about 150 metres tops, maybe about 100. So line, you get like 3 spools out of a 300 metre thing of line when you buy it. But this time I'm trying some spider wire Invisi braid. It's supposed to be invisible under the water. Schools out on that. And then I've got that 6 pound, which is only 0.10 diameter. Normally I use Super 100, Platypus Super 100, which is only 0.14 diameter. Amazing line. The strength of it, I normally use 4 pound. The strength of the 4 pound Super 100 acts like, I don't know, 8 pound. It's crazy good. It's what I've always used, but I'm just going to, I tried today up these bouldery short little pools, some braid, and I've got some fluorocarbon, about 5 metres of fluorocarbon on the front of it to hide the lures. Because in these boulders you've got to flick only about 10 metres tops, and it's got to get straight into the action, and it's got to be quick. So I'm going the fluorocarbon so they don't see anything, and also wanted the braid to get that quick jag, not the line a bit sloppy and a bit of stretch, because you haven't got time to muck around with them. So I'm trying the braid today. Haven't seen many fish to test it out on, but anyway. And I'm running you can't buy these anymore. It's a Strike Pro small fry, one of the best lures they've ever made, and they've stopped making them. They replaced them now with a Strike Pro Arch Track, slightly bigger lure. But these here have a sensational tight action straight away, and they're suspending, so they go deep, shallow, they bounce along, they're very tight action, they go over the rocks, they come back, they go over, they come back, and an easy lure to work with. They don't get tangled up, they don't get snagged, the hooks don't get caught, they got all the tolerances right for the hooks to the line. They're an awesome little lure. So that's what I'm using today. So all we need now is for the fish to show up. We've had overcast, so it's starting to get a blue sky there behind you, but beautiful river. Really enjoying the time, even though I'm not catching that much today. Got a couple of browns to start with, but that's trout fishing. They come on, they go off. You try different colours, you try different sizes, you try different actions. If they're not feeding, they're not feeding. So when it's not feeding, enjoy the scenery. People, can it get any better than this? Here we are, nice little pond. I'm just trying to be a bit stealthy over the back of this rock. I tell you, if I get a fish, I'm stuffed. I'm really high up. Again, there doesn't seem to be many follows. I'm just trying to keep the line down. That's it. Wow. Hey? Got to get through this section. That's where I've come from. Just boulders, boulders, boulders. Now I just got to get through this up, and hopefully we start getting on the flat. So we can get some normal pools. Alrighty. That was the mission. You can see the boulders have come through. They a couple of little pools in between. Doesn't look like there's any water from here. But I think I'm into one of the last pools before we get up onto the flat. So I'll just sneak up on this and we'll see if we can get something here. A little bit hard here with this tree. I think my best place will be, either you want to be over there or in behind this tree on this side. So I'll shoot for that. Oh, she's a slippery rock, this one. The best muscles to hang on to a rock are your gluteus maximus. I've been here once before and seen fish just out feeding at the back of this pool. There's nothing there at the moment. So what we'll do, I'll see if I can just sneak around here. Just stay low in the rock line so you're less being seen. We'll just flick the back of this pool first. See if there's anything there. Oh, there's a strike. Come back again, strike. It's only a little fella. 2 hits, but he didn't get it. That's the first fish I've seen for about an hour. Try again. Might have scared him off now. Come back again, there they are. You see him down there? There's about 4 or 5 of them. Perfect brown trout holding on that little corner there. But I can't flick back down it because of the tree. So I'll just keep going over here. Work the back of the pool. Just get in amongst this tree here and rest in it. There we go, that's comfy. Hey? That's how you're supposed to do it. No snags. Let's go right up the front there. And bring him back nice and gentle. I've seen fish in this pool. That's a good sign. But I might have scared him. Oh, 1, 2. See him there? They're only little fellas, little rainbows. They're interested, but they're not going nutso. So get right up there again. So we can bring him back over. See if you can see him in the water there. Here they come. Finally got one. It's taken a while. It's only a little fella, I think. Oh, he's stuck on a stick. Wrapped me around the stick. But still, fish is a fish in these sort of days, and he's off. Nice release. Fish out of here. Right in here. And a little brown, little rainbow. Just blow that. Come on. Settle him down against your body and turn him upside down. they generally calm down. Top end of the gorge. I'm going to walk in, just work the pools above the top of the gorge, and we'll come back out that truck, price his first fish. You can see him there, you can't even see him. It's all in his camo. So we'll head down here and see what we can do. Pricey over there with his first fish. He's going to hold him up. It's just a little bit bigger than the lure. Nice little rainbow. Nice little comfort lift. New little Daiwa lure, just picked out and trying. They've sent me. She's a little bit different in the bib. Got a segmented lure, tight little action. So far, got 3 browns on it. Seems to be fired up good. Pricey's down there. This late afternoon little jaunt. Looks like he's stuck up in the tree. We'll sort that out. He's been having a few swims today. One of the perils of fishing with lures and flicking them too far over the other side of the river. Tight spots. Beautiful day. Walking along the road, looking for the car, the exit out. In the Alpine Way. Just finished fishing above the gorge. Not a little firecrackers today, big, it's probably 35. One brown, one rainbow between us, thought alright. But yeah, firecrackers. We don't know where the boys are, so we're just starting to walk back to the car, see if we can meet them. Yeah, beautiful day. Let's have a look around. Gotta watch these cars on this highway. Thredbo's back up there. That's a deer that just hit a car. Totaled the car, front of the car, but that's what's left of him. He's only got 3 legs, he's probably hopping along the highway. Couldn't get out of the road quick enough. Anyway, should get a couple of steaks off him.
Okay, well, here we are on the banks of Thredbo. I've been fishing about 20 minutes and new fish about. I haven't landed anything yet, I'm not sure I will soon enough. I just thought I'd take this time just to give you a quick look at what we use on the rivers in finesse trout spinning. Today I'm using the G Loomis Escape 3-piece, great travel rod, and I've paired it up with a Patriarch Fluger. You'll notice lines right up high on the spool, and that's very, very important for finesse casting. We use very light lures, and with trout spinning on rivers, lighter is more. So if I see someone fishing and they're using six pound line or heavier, they're probably not so good at it because they're not quite as well informed about how to be very successful as a spinner fisherman on rivers. Today I've got an assortment of lures. Water level's low, sun's out, small lures are the go. One of my favourites is a Strike Pro Baby Archback, and that's it there. Not much to it. You'll notice that I colour the top because seeing is everything. How often you get a big brown that will cruise up behind your lure with his nose to it, and the first thing you realise it's at the bottom of your feet and you've missed him. Excuse me. Being able to see what's going on increases your chances of catching that fish. One of the things that I do when I have a brown nosing a lure and I'm running out of wriggle room is I'll stop the lure dead in its tracks and let it desuspend. It'll float to the surface. Now often the fish will might just buzz a little, or he might just sit there and wonder what's going on, and then he'll look up. And I've had a number of brown trout up in the 2 kilo class that have risen to a lure that I've stopped. Or you might give it a quick jerk or something of that nature. But being able to see your lure in the water is absolutely critical to being able to increase your catch rate. The next thing is your line. I'm using Sunline here, 1.4 diameter, 4 pound line. Most 4 pound lines are 1.8 and 2. Problem with that is, they're a bit heavy, they catch in the wind, you don't cast as far, and when you're casting little lures like this, absolutely important that you're using the right type of line. So really, really thin diameter line. I think this is 1.9 kilo, and fantastic. Now, a few things that I have with me, and I always carry, which you need. I think when you're fishing on rivers, I have a walkie-talkie. Very, very important piece of equipment. Well, I should be set on channel 12, let me just fix that. Right. So I have a walkie-talkie. So this is shockproof, waterproof. A GME 5 watter. Gives me about 10 k's in these valleys, so I can usually communicate with either friends I'm with who are further on the river or somebody else who might be in the area. Should I get unlucky enough to take a fall, maybe get bit by a snake, who knows, need to have these things. So I carry that as essential equipment. Lures, I'll quickly show you my lures. These are the ones that I'm using today. Small is good, but I have a few larger ones as well. But these are lures worth noting. Strike Pro make these smelters, and they're a fabulous lure, and I highly recommend them. This is a brown trout pattern. I've got a red with a black sort of pattern there. They're a fabulous lure to use. Also, a couple of others I use which are really, really good are your Atomics. And I really love these. They stopped making them. I mean, go figure. Such a brilliant lure, and they stopped making them. Fortunately, I've got heaps of them, and they catch trout. They're fantastic. I tend to change the hooks. I upgrade the hooks. Make sure you crimp your hooks, which we do. So crimp your hooks, and that does minimum damage to your fish. I don't even use a net because even a net can hurt your fish. So I'll tend to hand lift if I have to, or release in the water. So you know, and have your trusty camera or your GoPro there as evidence, and memorabilia for that exciting moment when you got that big fish. Anyway, I'm going to get back to fishing. I hope that helped you today, and look forward to putting this whole video together as a part of Fish Layers. This will be our 4th video coming. We're on a 10-day tour in the Snowy Mountains, fishing all the different trout streams. We've been having a great time, fabulous fishing, been getting some good fish. And so when that video comes together, I'm sure you're going to improve it. Enjoy it. Anyway, this is Greg signing out from Fish Layers. See you later.
see. Hi folks,
Van.
we're line cleaning.
Line
Free
cleaning.
service we do in High Country Outfitters on a Saturday afternoon.
So good you say. Here we go, here's a little favourite little haunt. Anything you need, the boys here will help you.